Gentlemen, next we are going to discuss a topic called what is the biggest threat to our nation? Is it economy, radicalization, or unemployment?
Okay, thank you so much, sir. I think, in my opinion, the biggest threat to any country is its education system. From the education system, its youth get passed and they will involve in other economic activities. So, if the education of any country is spoiled, then its future is spoiled. So, any country should improve on its education system. Education system should be improvised by the time. The syllabus of the education system should be changed by time to time. Also include some smart ways to provide education to the remote areas of the country as well.
Gentlemen, I agree with you that education is the backbone of any country, and so it can solve any problem of any country. If we take example, education can remove unemployment, because if people get a good education, they will get employment. If they get employment, they get more income resource, and they will not go toward any threat toward any our country. They just focus on our nation building by earning income and developing themselves.
Even I agree with you, gentlemen. Like, education is actually the starting point from where it all comes up. Like, if the citizens in the nation is not educated,
Sorry for unmuting, gentlemen. Top your economy, not education. All if you are getting astray.
Okay.
Can you please repeat the topic?
Topics are never repeated in SSV.
They are all speaking about education. I think the topic was unemployment, radicalization.
That's why I was thinking.
Economy can also harm a country on a very big aspect. Like India in the world, from the 2019 we have seen the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to this pandemic, many developing nations, their economy is being crushed by this pandemic. So if the economy of a country is dependent on its primary sectors, then it will get hampered by any type of disruptions, which will derail the economy from growth to getting downgrade. So economy should be improved, and it should be based on its tertiary sector more than its primary sector, basically agriculture. If India invests in its service sector more than its agriculture sector, then we will improve our economy by a huge margin. We should try to engage our most population in service sector and manufacturing sector to improve.
I think unemployment should be first eradicated so that it cannot be a threat to India. We can give the required skills to the people so that less number of people are unemployed, because India has a large amount of population, and with the help of this population, we can help them to gain skills, and then we can diversify our working culture. Like most of the people today are not preparing for government jobs, but if we provide them required skills and have a dignity of labor in our society, then we can give a good employment to a better standard of living. And if they have a better standard of living, then many of our problems can be eradicated. They can teach their people, their students, their kids, so that they can have a great life standard.
Gentlemen, I agree with you, because unemployment is the biggest threat to our country. First, if we take example of Naxalism in Chhattisgarh, it is due to the people people are unemployed. If the people that employment, they will come to the mainstream. Second, if we take example of Jammu and Kashmir militancy, the people who take weapon is if they got employment, and Indian army also working in this, that they are giving them opportunity to surrender themselves. And if they surrender and they bring them to Indian army, this will also enhance the they get an employment in Indian army, and also that will reduce our internal threat.
If our country is really weak with economy, we cannot think about our country doing well with industrialization or any kind of infrastructure. And if it's not that, then even think about producing new.
The economy of a country depends on their people. Like we can see, like Bangladesh is going at a much faster rate. because they have a large amount of population. Same for Vietnam and same for Philippines. So we also have a large amount of population and large growth. We can also grow at a very high rate that we should be growing. Like we have a large amount of population, we can engage them in stitching work. Like previously, Ludhiana was one of the biggest market because biggest exporter of the stitch good. But now
the growth of economy also depends on education. If the youth or if the people of any country, citizens of any country are educated, they will involve in many high revenue generating economic activities like manufacturing industries. They will open new startups to provide services and other essential products to others. So education, by imparting better education, we can impart a huge, we can grow our economy very well.
Gentlemen, our country that is 65% of our population is of 15 to 65 years. That is known as working group. If they get unemployed, then how our country will develop? If we have to raise our country and $5 trillion in 2024, we have to give them employment by developing their skill. The skill includes their fundamental skill, their attitude skill, and their knowledgeable skill. If we provide them employment, our country will also going to develop. And
if
there will be no threat
citizens
for us.
are if citizens are educated and they start a startup, they will provide jobs to other. So by this unemployment problem will be solved. Also, it will contribute to economy also.
To create employment, we need to to solve this unemployment issue. We need to create employment for them. And if our economy is weak, I don't see a country like people getting employed if the country economy is weak. So for that, we need to create.
Akash, economy can be treated with the help of employment only. When employment will be generated, they will get money to spend, and when they get money to spend, they will have the more services to have, and that's how our economy will get improved. So we need to generate employment, and these employment
I would also like to,
by the help of industries. Startup will also help to generate some more employment. So
gentlemen, I would also like to raise a point that in the growth of economy, there is not only the part of people, the government policies also plays an important role in it. Like in 2018, when the demonetization was introduced, the growth of economy suddenly stopped. So the government policies also plays an important role. If the policies of government are very strict about the startups, then no one will generally have guts to start a startup. So the government should also regulate their policies to support startups.
Nice startup. Gentlemen, what was the topic?
Sir, abhi usi pe aa rahe the, sir.
I don't have time to that way think.
The next
all people are wastage of time. What was the topic?
Internal security.
Biggest threat to a nation is economy, that is worst economy or good economy. Threat. Dusra is radicalization. Third is unemployment. What people were talking? Or irrelevant? You are talking about very nice unemployment list. The greatest threat is society. You gave example. You started from this. All of you were talking about unemployment. Very nice. Now we'll talk about this. And Akash, first and foremost, Naveen started with education. That itself was wrong. First and foremost. Secondly, then you talk about government policy. How is government policy related to economy? Your point should have been first very simple. Gentlemen, unless the per capita income of the nation improves, the condition of people are not going to improve. As a result, now we have got no option but to improve our economy. How do you improve our economy? Economy can be formal sector or informal sector that you taught, service sector. What do you talk about it? Depending upon our strength around there, we should try and concentrate so that the economy of the country improves, so that the condition of the people improves, and we as any nation, it is not India. Correct? Now, yes. Anywhere, you can worldwide, it has been seen wherever the economy has gone on, there has been unrest and people are dying. Just like any African countries. Economy is in shambles. People are dying of hunger. So can we are stupid? That is how your topic should have been discussed. Next one, second point, radicalization. Gentlemen, now all Arab countries where they have got enough wealth because of oil, they are all in a grave problem, primarily because of radicalization. They are fighting among themselves. Shia with Sunni, Sunni with Shia, one nation with another nation, and compete. Arab world is under turmoil. Pakistan is an example. That's how you should have talked about. They wanted to create a problem for India, but they are themselves in a problem. They are sandwiched between Afghanistan and India around there. The Taliban is taking its toll. That's how what if people are talking about it? Your unemployment. Gentlemen, any nation, if the youth or if people don't earn, they will not live, they will create a problem for any nation. So we must try and solve the unemployment. Not by the startup and all this talking of a here element. Think before you act. Think before you speak. And you are talking about Nissan is talking also Abhiyam discuss you would like to discuss. Discussion stops. If I find the group is already gone tandem. Any doubt? Any question? पूछो.
सर आपने जैसे कहा था कि एक टॉपिक पे मतलब जैसे साइड पे स्टिक रहना है, तो मैंने जैसे मतलब टॉपिक जो सुना था कि अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, रेडिकलाइजेशन और वो
So your point should have been what? Gentlemen, unemployment is the biggest threat to any nation. If the people are unemployed, they are going to restless. How are they going to earn? They are not getting engaged. They are not properly engaged. As a result, now they will keep getting problem for all, both for the people and for the government. So we must find ways and means to get to ensure that every person gets a job. How do we create it? I skill them.
हाँ, तो सर यही तो मैं
अरे यार कहीं तो कोई you have to be, it's not the way. If this is status, you can never make it. Time in only 20 minutes, I will make it or break it. But now it is not the time for anything more than that. Okay.